Hello, welcome to Tom's Cubes and Games. Brand new console arrived. So I'm gonna create a backup of the TF card before doing anything else. So open up the machine. Now I've made a previous video on this ANS13 or ANS13, and it has a gap above the TF card that if you're not very careful when you put the TF card back in, it will just slip over the top of the slot and into the internal of the machine. So I had to take it off the back cover, and I pulled it apart just a little bit and shook it, and the card came out. So just be aware that's like a shortcoming of the machine, as it were. Alright, now you're going to need enough space obviously to back up your 64GB card that comes with the machine. In this case I'm using a external hard drive similar to this one. And I've checked I've got enough space on that one. I've got my card that I'll make the new copy on, but first let's make the backup, and today I'm using Win32DiskImager. Okay, so I've got the TF card from the machine. I'm going to put that TF card into my computer. Now, as it happens, let's close that. The hard drive, external hard drive I'm backing up to is G, and as it happens, the TF card from the machine is D. So I'm going to remember it's D I want to make a copy of. So go to Win32DiskImager. And down the bottom here we've got read and write, and read and write action always pertains to the device. So if you're reading, it's reading from the device and saving to a file, and if you're writing, it's taking that file and writing it to the device. So we want to be careful, or are we reading it or writing it? So in this case we're reading the device, so we need to create a file to which we're going to back it up, and in this case that's on my G drive. I've prepared by making a folder just so it's easy to see where it is, rather than having a load of random files scattered everywhere. And I want to call it whatever I like. Now, I should remember to add .img, because that's the format of the file it's going to be saved at. So remember, I should include .img. What happens if I forget? Well, I'm gonna choose a button open, and then we can see, yeah, that didn't automatically insert .img for me, but it will still let me read from D. D was the TF card from the ANS13, and it will still save it to that file even though I forgot to add .img. So we'll just do that anyway and we'll read it. 64 gigabytes, depending on your hardware. That might take like 3/4 of an hour maybe. Right, so that's all done now. So I'm going to close Win32DiskImager. I'm going to eject the original card. So I'm just going to put that away somewhere safe. Let's get the new card. I'm going to put the new card in the computer. Close File Manager. Alright, so I'm going to go to Win32DiskImager, start that up again. But because we didn't put .img, we're not going to be able to find the file. So when I browse with the right, that's the folder we put it in, and it's showing like there's no file there because it's looking for a .img file. So what we're going to do, we'll restart File Manager, navigate there, and we just have to rename it and add the .img on the end. Close File Manager, and now when we navigate there with Win32DiskImager, it's going to find it. There it is. I could single click it and then open, or I can just double click it here, confirm that's the correct file, double check that's the right TF card D, and remember I said read and write always means about the device, so we want to write to the device this time. And we'll leave that to do that, and we'll come back when that's done. Okay, so that's completed writing the card. So I can exit that. And now we'll just eject the card. Ejected. Now, as I showed on my previous video on the ANS13, there's a gap above the slot and the card can just fall straight into the interior of the machine, so we've got to be careful putting this card in. Keep it on the bottom where the slot is and don't let it go over the top of the slot. Now, if I hold it like that, and I'll just see if it's in the slot, is it taken by the spring? yeah, I think that's taken up by the spring, so it hasn't gone over the top. In it goes, and here comes the moment of truth. Ta-da! There we are. All good. Fantastic. Right, I hope you found that of some use. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.